Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. Florida Panthers versus Buffalo Sabres. Get ready to fade the Buffalo Sabres hard this season. With the money line set so low, this is a prime opportunity to take advantage of their struggles. Let's face it, Buffalo has been stuck in the NHL's basement for years now, and things aren't looking up. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is bound for another rough night, and against a powerhouse like the Florida Panthers, the Sabres are skating into a buzzsaw. The Panthers are riding high, fresh off their Stanley Cup win last season, and they've earned their reputation as one of the most dangerous teams in the league. On the other hand, the Sabres, they're on a 3-game losing streak and staring down the barrel of a fourth. Their offensive game has been non-existent. They can't seem to find the back of the net. Florida's defensive structure, paired with Sergei Bobrovsky's skills between the pipes, will make sure Buffalo stays quiet in this matchup. The goaltending matchup of Bobrovsky versus Luukkonen might sound close on paper, but Florida has been much better at controlling the game. Buffalo has managed a pitiful shooting percentage, and they've failed to score more than 5 goals combined in their first 3 games. Neither team has lit up the power play, and both defenses have done a decent job limiting shot attempts. Florida allowing 29.5 shots per game, and Buffalo slightly better at 27.7. The smart play: take the Florida Panthers for the win, and for an added bonus, bet on the under 6 total goals in this game. The defensive setups and lack of scoring momentum make this one destined for a low-scoring battle. Florida keeps Buffalo in check, extends their losing streak, and you cash in on both the win and the under. New Jersey Devils versus Washington Capitals. The New Jersey Devils have looked sharp throughout the first handful of games this season and should have the advantage, while the Washington Capitals are still trying to get going, as their final preseason game was back on October 5th. The Devils have been doing extremely well in the special teams portion, as they've scored on their 2 power play attempts and killed all 8 penalties against. It will take time for this Washington team to get going offensively, and until they show it, it is difficult to expect, so go with the New Jersey Devils to pick up points and a win on the road. These defenses are going to be the best part of each team this year and should be a great sign going forward. Washington's offense was bottom 5 in goals per game a year ago, and New Jersey's offense is doing well enough right now, averaging 3.0 goals per game. New Jersey is ranked 15th out of 27 teams who have played at time of writing with 27.7 shots on goal per game, meaning they are not going to be super aggressive offensively either. All in all, go with under 6.5 goals. Utah Hockey Club versus Rangers. This will be the first meeting of these two teams and Utah HC's first game at Madison Square Garden. And after 2 relatively competitive matchups, they will now be faced with their biggest test as an organization with a very young core. At home last season, the Rangers posted an incredibly dominant 30-11 record, and given that the Utah HC core finished outside of the playoffs a season ago, the start may have been fun for them, but this will be a step too far and will be a competitive loss on a big stage in New York. Prediction: New York minus 1.5 goals. Offensively, these two teams are loaded with depth up and down their lineup, and with 4 goals from Dylan Guenther early in the year, the lineup is rolling. But against Igor Shesterkin and his career .921 save percentage, this will be a test on another level. In the Rangers' last 10 games played at Madison Square Garden, the Rangers have allowed under 3 goals per game, and while the young forwards in Utah against the high-profile Rangers stars will be a great matchup, this is a game that will 100% be decided by the goaltending matchup. Take the under 6.5 goals. Pittsburgh Penguins versus Toronto Maple Leafs. Given the way the season started for both sides, things seem pretty even heading into this matchup. However, we must remember that this is Toronto's home opener, and we know the rabid Leaf fans will be all in for home game number 1. Penguins starting goalie Tristan Jarry looked out of his element in the season opener, allowing 6 goals in. We know that Toronto has some major offensive pieces on their roster, and those top runs have yet to get on the board. In front of the home crowd is a great place for the likes of Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner to get rolling. The Leafs went 4-1 SU against the Pens in their last 5 meetings. Take Toronto minus 1.5 goals. Given the latest efforts from both sides, This could turn into a high-scoring affair. Factor in that both teams will have their starting goalies back in net after both bombed in their season opener, and the gates could very much be open. As noted above, this is a good chance for Matthews and Marner to get going. Pittsburgh's defense has yielded the third most shots of any team that played 2 games to this point. The door is open for Toronto's offense. On the same front, Toronto's offense is 8th in the shots allowed department, so Pittsburgh should also have their chances here. The two teams had 10 goals combined in Thursday night's action. Take the over 6.5 goals. Ottawa Senators versus Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens may be an underdog in this game, but they have the advantage in the net for this game, and things are going to be interesting here. While neither offense has been able to really get going, and Montreal's injury report has piled up bodies, there's a lot of value with them in this game. Ottawa has been doing well defensively, despite allowing 38.5 shot attempts per game throughout the season right now. With their ability to have players like Brendan Gallagher step up and scored 2 goals already. Take the home underdog to get the job done in this game, as the Montreal Canadiens should step up here. Prediction: Montreal Canadiens to win. Even with these teams giving up a lot of shots on their goaltenders, the defenses should improve and be able to bend and not break. Seeing Linus Ullmark and Sam Montembeault, 2 of the league's better goaltenders, means getting the puck behind them will be hard. Ottawa will not make many mistakes, as they have just 4 penalty minutes in their first 2 games, and these teams have combined to allow 1 power play goal. These offenses are good but not great as well, especially with all of the injuries this year. Early on, the defenses seem to be ahead of the offenses, which should also continue in this part of the season. All in all, go with under 6.5 total goals in this game as the better bet. Nashville Predators versus Detroit Red Wings. These teams are on 2 different levels, and it will show here. The Preds were able to control a majority of their opening game, but had one stretch of just inexcusable defense, while the Red Wings never really were able to garner momentum in their first game of the year. Cam Talbot looked a bit shaky at times in the first game, while just Saros should have a bit of an easier time in the net, as the Detroit offense still has some questions. The Nashville Predators are the better team, so go with them to win on the road. Prediction: Nashville Predators to win. Neither team has been able to really get going throughout their opening game in terms of power plays, as Nashville has a 16.7 power play percentage, 1 of 6, while Detroit has a 20.0 power play percentage, 1 of 5. These defenses have done well in terms of limiting the amount of shots that they have allowed on net, as the Preds allowed 20 shots, while the Red Wings gave up 28 shots to reach their goaltender. These teams are not going to reach 4 goals on either side, so they are going to be in a tough spot with the total. Go with under 6.5 total goals in this game as the better option for this matchup. Prediction: under 6.5 goals.